Okay, hold on. See this? This is an example of a dating simulator. Dating sims are a popular subgenre of the visual novel format. Now pay special attention to that word I just used. Subgenre. Which means that there's more to visual novels than just dating sims. And I'm gonna talk about them. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a ton of dating sims floating around. And you know, some of them are your everyday run-of-the-mill dating sims, but you can also find ones with more wacky ideas. Like you got dating sims about dating ghosts, dating the KFC guy, dating dads, dating kaijus. Okay, that one's pretty cool. Ahem. And you've even got cool subversions of the dating sim genre like Doki Doki. Okay. So, like I was saying before, all these dating sims fall under the giant umbrella that are visual novels. So it might be easy to assume that when you hear someone talk about visual novels, they're probably talking about dating sims. Actually, Attaboy, I never assumed that. Well, this video isn't for you, Timmy. You're chronically online. Look, I've had friends that when I mention a visual novel I think they'd like, they go, "Oh, I didn't know you played those kind of games. I don't, play dating sims." And then they give me a sus look. No, I'm not. It's not a dating. It's just a game with a really good story and And that's why I'm making this video. So, a visual novel, for those who may be unfamiliar with the term, are basically games where you don't actually, play the game. What I mean is that visual novels don't usually have what you would consider a gameplay loop. Like, you probably won't be shooting anyone or driving cars, and it's definitely not a Strand-type game. You're basically just pressing the A button to get to the next text box. Because of this simple structure, anyone and their grandma could theoretically make a visual novel, which would also explain why there's like a zillion of them, and yeah, half of that zillion are dating sims. Now, I'm not here to hate on dating sims. Okay, maybe I will be hating a little on these games, but just hear me out. One problem I have with dating sims is that they are usually too open-ended when it comes to the story. I mean, your goal is to romance people, and you can't romance everyone, right? Like, that would break the game. So, they're usually designed being a little too open-ended. Another gripe I have is that they're so unrealistic. Like, I'm not sure about you guys, but standing around and giving someone the same gift like 50 times in a row doesn't get them to fall in love with you. Trust me, I've tried. So what about these other visual novel games I'm saying you haven't played? What makes them so special? Well, since in a visual novel you don't have normal gameplay loops, it allows you to really get a good feel for the plot and characters. You really start to understand and identify with the trauma of why a character is allergic to sadness or has a deep-seated fear of eggs and stuff like that. So, if you're also tired of dating sims, maybe you'd like some recommendation for some visual novels of the non-dating persuasion. Well, here are a few that I have personally enjoyed, and ones that I think you will too. First up, we got Ace Attorney. In these games, you play as a defense attorney helping clients escape a guilty sentence, usually for murder. These games are not only hilarious, but there's so many wacky characters and zany antics, and the stories are always so good. And there's currently a ton of them. There's also not any emphasis on romance in them, which is great because it means the games don't have to lose focus for writing a huge number of possible relationships and dialogue trees. In fact, the Ace Attorney series is so good, it should probably get its own video. You know what? I probably will make a video about it. So subscribe if you'd like to catch that video when it comes out. Another good visual novel series are the Zero Escape games, which I can only describe as basically Saw meets anime. And if that's your jam, then there's also the Danganoronpa series, which again, Saw meets animes. Don't play these games if you're squeamish. I'm not kidding. What's cool about these games is that they also have multiple endings, kinda like dating sims. But usually, the alternate endings serve more as a stepping stone to the true final ending, rather than being where the game just kinda ends. Kinda like this end. There's also games like To the Moon, which are less of a visual novel exactly, but it's basically a story game, so I'm including it as one you should check out. I should probably say more about that one, but I really don't want to spoil it for you. Trust me, it's great. And then there's Paranormasight. This one's a pretty recent game, and man, is it good. Maybe don't play it if you don't like some mild horror. Yeesh, there's a lot of horror games on my list. Anyhow, this one's about a supernatural murder mystery with like branching pathways and multiple playable characters and multiple endings, and it's basically got everything a good visual novel should have. And finally, there's the best one of all. Aw yeah, you probably weren't expecting this. But it's the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. 10 out of 10, best game ever, don't even at me, all cope. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, in all seriousness, this one was an awesome April Fool's joke, and the fact that it's also actually a real game made it even better. Seriously, it's a great game that's on Steam, it's free, and Sonic straight up dies in it. I mean, what more could you want? It's pretty short too, so if you just want a small taste, like a really teensy tiny small little taste of visual novels that have nothing to do with romance, then this might be the visual novel for you. Did I mention it's free? So is subscribing to this channel. There's a lot more visual novels that I'm not going to mention here, but I'll leave some links in the description so you guys can check them out in your own time. Or don't. I'm not your dad. I'm also not like being paid or sponsored by any of the people who make these games. I just think they're neat. If you do check out any of these games or have your own recommendations for visual novels that aren't dating sims that I might have missed, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. Okay, actually, one last thing. You guys need to play Ghost Trick. It's the only game that I've talked about so far that has a Pomeranian as one of the main characters. I mean, look at this dog. Just look at him. Look at that face. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Sorry this one took like forever to come out. Life got in the way, and I want to try something new, and you know how it is. If you like this type of video, let me know in the comments, like and subscribe, you know, all that jazz. If you're new here, hi, hello. My name is Attaboy, and this is The Attaboy Show, where I make funny sketches and talk about whatever I want. If you like it, subscribe. Anyways, that's all from me, so I'll see you guys soon.